this is Lisa at Live and Let Stamp, and today I am excited to share this month's product of the month with you because it is so cool. So vellum used to be really popular back in the day when I started crafting some 20 odd years ago, and then it kind of went out of favor and it's making a comeback now. This vellum though is not your typical vellum. It's a very, very thick vellum. I don't know if you can just tell by my flicking it like that, but wait a second. I got to turn my volume down on my, okie dokie, there we go. But it is really a heavy vellum, and obviously it's printed. It's, Stampin' Up does have just the plain, like, white translucent vellum paper, but this is a printed vellum, and the colors are so vivid. It looks like regular paper, but it's a vellum. It is definitely that translucent paper that you can see through. So I've made a couple cards with it, which I'll show you. But when you get this product of the month, it's available for the month of May until it sells out. And it's only $5 with any order of $75 or more. So $5, you get 12 sheets. So you get 4 of each of these sheets, and you get it in just these absolutely gorgeous colors. Oh wait, no, hold on. Hold on, no. You get 3 each of 4 patterns. Ah, there it is. I was like, I know there were 2. There's 2 florals. There's one that's like it's a heavy amount of the florals, but then you have one that's a little more spaced out. Those of you who like to fussy cut, this is a great one for fussy cutting because all the elements are separated. So that's a really good one for fussy cutters. I am not a fan of fussy cutting. This one in particular, I think I'm saving this one for Christmas cards. I just think it looks like maybe snow falling. I think it's just really pretty. So let me go ahead and show you a couple of the cards that I've made. So I started with this one. And you can see I used this yellow paper underneath, and you can see the difference in the vellum over the white versus over the yellow. And you can even see through the vellum at where the white is on the paper underneath is a little bit lighter. So it was a really nice technique to kind of do this like double tilted card recipe so that you really take advantage of that vellum. And I topped it off with these really pretty pearls just to bring out that white background. The background is actually this leaf embossing folder that's called Paradise Garden. I thought that would look really nice as a background that goes with the leaves on this vellum that I used. And then I thought I'd do something really wacky. So I figured this is heavy vellum, so I actually made a card base from it. Now, if you decide to make a card base when you do your scoring, take it easy. It needs a light scoring. If you score it heavy, you're gonna rip it. But if you score it lightly, you can fold it, you can use your bone folder. And I just put the white with some vellum over it. So I use that heavier concentration of flowers for the actual card base. And then I use the less busy floral for the top here. And then you just put the white in exactly the same spot on the inside, and it just makes a really lovely card base. So I thought that was really cool. And today what I'm going to do is I kind of started with an idea, and I thought I would just make it live here with you and hope it comes out well, because normally I will say I don't like to wing it. I like to have everything exactly as I want it before I do my live, and I thought I would just be wild and crazy today and take the vision in my head and do it right here in front of you. So I'm starting out with a Peaceful Pine card base. Oh, I need to score it. This is just going to be a regular A2 card. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. Like so. And then we'll go ahead and fold that, and I'll get my bone folder. So I wanted to use a dark background because I'm trying to really make that difference with the vellum over white versus the dark background to kind of take advantage of that property of the vellum. So then I decided I would use some basic white. These are 1 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to put those on the front like so, and I'm going to use this matte. These tear-off papers are so wonderful for like measuring without having to use a ruler. If I line that up, I know I want this to be a 1/2 inch away from this side, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I want it to have maybe a little bit of give, so maybe I'll use my liquid glue so I can slide it a bit if I need to. Okay, so I know I want that a 1/2 inch, so that's right there. Just laying it up here, and then same place at the bottom, which you probably can't see. There. Okay. So that one there. I'm going to do this one also a 1/2 inch away. I'm talking about this vision in my head makes me think of, I don't know if there are any Barbara Streisand fans out. Streisand, sorry, it's not a Z, it's an S. Out there, but it makes me think of her song "Putting It Together" from the first Broadway album. A vision's just a vision if it's only in your head. If no one gets to see it, it's as good as dead. Interesting story about her name. So Siri, when it first, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake him up. But when he first,
I need to apologize.
okay, so when he first came out, he pronounced her name Barbara Streisand, and Barbara took offense with that and called up Tim Cook and said, "Hey Tim, you know, my name is Barbara Streisand. Please correct it." And of course he did, because it's Barbara. Hello. Got a little adhesive there. Let's rub that off. Okay, so now my idea is to put the vellum over it, and I want the white to stick out. So these are 4. So I'm going to use the less busy light. Oh, it already looks pretty cool, doesn't it? See how that shows? Oh, I like that. Okay, I digress. So let's make it 3 3/3 tall. And see how that looks. And I want it to stick out from the sides, so let's do 5 1/4. 5 1/4, because it's 5 1/2. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Like so. I like it. All right, do I want it to stick out a little? You know, I think I'm going to take another 1/4 inch off of this, off the height. So we'll make it 3 1/2. It cuts beautifully because it's so heavy, but you really need to hold it on your cutter or it'll move because it is so heavy. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Fantastic. Another thing with vellum is it will show your adhesive through because it's translucent. So you have to be kind of strategic with where you put your adhesive. So I'm going to be putting on this piece to put my sentiment on. So I can put my adhesive like behind where that's going to be. So these edges and in the middle. So I'm going to do that. Also, this will show up a lot less than your liquid glue. And I've even noticed it doesn't really show up much through, through the vellum as it is, which is really cool. Okay, make sure that's straight. Push that down right there. Actually, you know, I can't even see that, which is really cool because, you know, most vellums you just can see where the adhesive is easily. So I'm going to do that. And I made these sentiments with this hybrid embossing folder called Thoughtful Moments. It is currently on last chance. And the way that you make it, so you have all of these sentiments like in one swipe of this embossing folder. And I'm just going to show you how that happens. So you open your folder to where the outlines stick up as opposed to all the insides sticking up. And then you basically take, in this case, I used the strawberry slush, and you just open up your stamp pad and you take your brayer, this is a brayer, and you rub it on, and then you just go over and you get more ink, and you just keep inking it up like so until everything is inked with whatever color you want. And then you take this and it's face up with the die part showing, and it helps because you want to move any of the ink to kind of practice ahead of time for where it goes. And once it's on, it's not going to move because it's being caught by all of those outlines. And then you lay your cardstock on and you close it and you run it through your cut and emboss machine, and you pop out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sentiments ready made, ready to go. So for this card, let's see what would fit. So just because fits. We could do celebrate. Oh, I like that. Oh, I think I'll go with celebrate. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue that on. And I'm thinking, I had a thought, you know, I always go to my bling and I forget about using ribbon and twine. So I thought maybe some twine would be nice. Okay, liquid glue so I can move it a bit. That looks good. So that would go there, but it definitely needs something. So I was thinking either this gold and white twine would be pretty, or just the plain white from the Baker's Twine Essentials. So this gold and white and black and gold twines, they are on last chance. As of yesterday, we're still available. These Baker's Twine Essentials are also good. Wow. Decisions. So let's see if we have some gold and white under there, or just some plain white. Ah, let's go gold. Let's go gold. So I think I'm gonna do a large bow to put in the back. Kind of try to so it's not quite so spinny. Tie a big looped bow. Got to work that bow till it's just right. And we're going to put it at an angle. You know, I don't think I have enough on this side. So I'm going to start it again. Okay, that's better. Gonna be there. Hopefully we can kind of train this to cooperate a bit. Actually, that kind of looks good like that. And then we're gonna pop this over it. Oh yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, I don't have any glue dots because I let my granddaughter take them home for a school project. So, mental note, order glue dots. Okay, so I guess I'm going to put some liquid glue right there in the middle to get that to stay on. And then that will eventually set, I think, but you'll get the idea. And we're gonna pop these up with foam dots. So let's see what we have here. I like using tweezers for this. Okay. I'm gonna leave the center blank because that's where that knot is from the bow. And that's gonna go right there. And then this sticks out that way. And then we're just gonna trim off, whoa, this end. And there we go. Could we put some bling on there too? Sure, why not? Why not? Let's do those butterflies again. So these are the new in color butterflies, and they're so pretty. And we have the golden glow. So let's go ahead and get a golden glow butterfly. He's flying around that flower. And maybe a, let's see, white one flying over here. And a little, let's put a little golden glow here. And a little white one. Actually, this is barely blush. It's not white. Nope, that's barely blush. This is white. Oh, we could use the barely blush. They're actually very close. And let's see. I like things in odd numbers. I also like things in prime numbers. Let's see. And we need one right here, and I think that one will be white. No, barely blush. And one of the large ones. Come on. Here we go. All right, there it is. So, keep in mind how versatile this vellum can be. It can be a card base. It makes a beautiful layer that you can see through. And just makes really pretty cards. Very festive, very lovely. So thank you for watching. I would love to hear from you. Any comments? If you have already gotten this gorgeous vellum set. How are you using it? And I look forward to seeing your projects and hearing from you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.